Everyone. Hi, intuitive viewers. How's it going? I wanted to pop on and just kind of talk about, I've got my angel light on, talk about, I want to talk about Putin. I did want to bring up the fact that today information came out, and it's not so I could tell you, I told you so, but I had seen for a while that Barr was cooperating with the committee because he wants to behind the scenes. And lo and behold, it came out today that he's been working with them since last year. And I was seeing that very clearly. But the reason I'm bringing it up is because I was so happy to see it, because um, I could feel it and I could see it. I knew it was happening, but it was one of those things where I thought, I wonder if we'll just never know. I wonder if we'll just never hear about it. But so it was very validating and also kind of a relief to hear that, to actually hear it and have it be public. So that made me really happy. And it also shows that there's a lot more happening than what meets the eye, and who's cooperating and who's not. And I've seen other people the same thing, that they are cooperating, whether they're saying so or not. And I think that Ivanka might be one of those people, not yet, but I think she will be doing that. It may not be public because they're all scared of their base, but I do feel like she's going to be cooperating as well. So there you go. I'd also seen, not a long time ago, about a month ago, or maybe a little more, with when we were on with Debbie and Linda, I got that Mike Pence. I kept seeing Mike Pence's face. So I feel like he will also cooperate. When I think we were reading on who was going to be called next or whatever, and I kept seeing Mike Pence, and it just seemed like that's so weird because he's so high up. That's so weird. But I did see that, and I do feel like that is coming, and he's going to be another one that's going to cooperate, whether he says it publicly or not. He's going to be cooperating. And the reason that they're doing this is because they're afraid. They're afraid of the base. They're afraid of Trump, calling them out or whatever he does, all his crazy. They're scared of it. So they're kind of keeping quiet. But I felt like those couple of people, Ivanka, Mike Pence, were going to be kind of cooperating behind the scenes, kind of like Barr. So I did want to look at Putin, because things are heating up as well with, Ukraine. And it's weird because I feel like, okay, let me just say this. I keep getting this message about a Trojan horse, right? And so I feel like, and when you get these messages, you get these things, you have to kind of, what I do is I try to feel what that feels like. And when I feel it, it feels like distraction. So I feel like what it's saying is that, and this is my interpretation, that this lineup across the border is a distraction from something else. It's a Trojan horse. It's either trying to provoke something else, or it's trying to make us look that way, so we're not looking this way. There's something about it that it's just, they keep saying a Trojan horse. And then with Putin, I also, as I said, if you saw me with Milu, and I've said this before, but we were talking about this, that I keep getting this feeling of like I'm running out of time. So there's a time limit on this. For whatever reason, there's a timestamp on this that he's put on this, that is like, this needs to happen by this time, whatever he's waiting for. But I feel like he's waiting for something to happen, and it hasn't happened yet. And I feel like that's what he's waiting for. He's waiting for something to happen. So I don't know if it's like, while we're all kind of looking at this lineup across the border, and all of these world leaders are occupied, something big happens with a bank, or something big happens with, a government, like, a cyber attack or something. I don't know. I'm for entertainment purposes only. I'm not sure, but it does feel like he's waiting for something to happen. It hasn't happened yet. Now, it could be something that he thinks Biden's supposed to do, but I don't feel like the ultimate goal is to go into Ukraine. It does feel like, I think Putin like anybody, if they're pushed or they feel like they have to, they will. Because I don't feel like he's one of those people that would threaten something and not do it. I think he is like a follow through kind of person. But I do feel like it's not what he'd like to do. Actually, it's weird because I do feel like he wants Ukraine, he wants that territory, but going in that way is not what he wants. Um, I don't know if any of this is making sense, but that's what I'm getting. And so uh, sometimes in hindsight, this stuff makes more sense than it does when I'm talking about it. But it does feel like, so to sum up, I keep getting Trojan horse, something about this line up across the border is a Trojan horse, or something about a Trojan horse. I keep getting, I'm running out of time. He's waiting for something to happen. There's something that should be happening that hasn't happened yet. I just saw Biden. So I don't know if he's waiting for Biden to do something that he hasn't done yet. And he could just be waiting for the right time to go into Ukraine, but it doesn't feel like that's ultimately what he wants to do. I just heard discredit. So I feel like there's something about discrediting I want to say the Biden administration, but I feel like it has to do with the Ukrainian government, like pulling them. Yeah. So there's something about trying to pull the Ukrainian government into something or do something that makes them look bad. I just heard centrally located. I have no idea what that means. I don't know anything about like geography, or I mean, the amount of times my guides must be like, oh, why? She doesn't get it. But something about centrally located. Um, and I'm seeing all these different countries moving things around. It doesn't feel like troops. It feels like like aerial something, like almost like I don't want to say spy planes, but it feels like they're watching. They're watching. Yeah, I just got chills with that. So there's something about that. They're watching. And it's like other, to me, it feels like other European like countries are circling and watching. They're watching what's happening. There's something about grabbing the information. There's thing about a port as well. Port of entry is what they just said. I'm feeling really dizzy right now. Just FYI, I'm just feeling really, really dizzy right now. Okay. I'm going to move from that just because I'm not really getting anything else, and I don't want to, confuse everything. But hopefully some of those things will make sense to some of you, especially those of you who know more about the situation and know more about the area and things like that. Maybe you can tell us what this all might mean. Okay. I wanted to look at somebody actually who I've never looked at. There was a whole story about Clarence Thomas's wife. I can't even think of her name, but I want to look at her and just ask about her. She thinks something's happening. She doesn't want to be left out in the cold. She thinks something's going on. Um, but it's like a delusion. It's not really real. Um, so to me, it almost feels like paranoia. They just said misinformed. So I feel like she does have like some information, but it's kind of wrong. It does feel like she thinks something's going to happen and she doesn't want to be left out in the cold. She wants to be seen as being part of it. Is she like a QAnon person, or they didn't really say anything about her in this report that I saw, but about her being like in QAnon, but maybe not. But it feels like that. It feels like she's misinformed. And she doesn't want to be left out. It's like she wants to be like in the middle of it, basically. Clarence Thomas is worried he's going to be removed. Something's coming out. I feel like he knows something's coming out and he's afraid he's going to be removed. But it's her, because I'm looking at her. I'm not really looking at him. But I feel like as it relates to her, it's like, this is coming out. I may be removed. I'm getting like, I'm feeling like low level characters or low level characters is how they're putting it. It feels like people that are kind of, I would say lower class, but they're kind of like, not low life, but like lower, they're into kind of icky stuff. They're into kind of crimey stuff. Because I feel like they, this almost feels like they milk money out of people. But I feel like she's involved with them, or she's helping them. But I feel like they're like con artists basically, and they're roping people in. And she's like a victim of the con. Like she believes it all. She thinks it's all true, and it's like giving money, raising money, getting money. A lot of it is like moving money around, and you can't tell her it's not true, though. You can't, whatever she believes or whatever she thinks is going on, you cannot tell her that it's not. She is completely convinced. She tries to knock on doors, but people aren't letting her in. So I feel like people are like, oh, you're kind of weird. But it's like she keeps knocking on doors and people it's like she's being ignored right now. I don't think that was always the way it was, though. I think she was not always ignored, but now she's like kind of being ignored. She could be the reason that her husband, his career gets sidelined. She may be the reason he leaves, because there's something weird going on here. Really weird. She feels really weird. I mean, she feels really weird. I hate to say that about somebody. They feel weird, but her energy is very confused and very like, you can't tell her. She knows. She absolutely knows. She's completely convinced of whatever this is. That's the only thing I could think of as QAnon, but maybe there's other kinds of things like that. Um, she knows about violence. There's something about violence she knows about. I know about this. I, meaning her. I'm just hearing it that way. I know about this. Um, so she may have to like say what she knows or something. She knows about something with violence. Okay, so that's all I'm getting with her. That's weird. She seems really strange. And the energy around her is really strange, you know. A lot of like nefarious people and stuff. It's really weird. I feel like she's being used, though. I feel like she's being used. Okay. On that happy note, hopefully it gave you something that's interesting. And as always, if you get stuff or if you think, put it in the comments. I love to read your comments and hear what you guys have to say about this stuff. But yeah, very, very interesting, weird stuff for sure. But I do feel like the January 6th committee is like full steam ahead. They're not at all afraid at all. I feel like the more they learn, the more like they want more, they're going forward. So that's great. So I did want to just let you know that I will be on Thursday Night Live this Thursday. We'll be doing our Thursday Night Live. I'll be live from my mom's, so I'll be over there. And then Friday night, I'll be with Debbie on her channel doing political stuff. And I also wanted to let you know that on with the membership, that this Wednesday is our Q&A with Christian. So don't forget, if you're in the membership, come and hang out and ask questions if you want to. And if you're interested in the membership, just hit the join button. It's kind of a learning curve, I have to tell you guys. You have to like check the calendar. I put out a 3-month calendar, and you just go to where you go to the community section. There's a membership, and just hit the membership, and you'll see all the information. I put out announcements all the time and reminders and stuff like that. So it's kind of a just different that way. And that's also how you can get on the lives and get on, just hit the little video thing and you're there. I had a couple of hiccups at the beginning with how to do the videos, but now it's all fixed. And so I'll be doing it just like every other live kind of thing we do. So it should be a lot of fun. It's Wednesday at 3 p.m. Pacific. So 6 p.m. in the Eastern part of the country. And yeah, so that's it. I hope you guys are doing well. And I was with Milo on last Friday, this past Friday. So if you want to look that up, that's at his on his channel, and it was a lot of fun. It's very, very interesting. It's always interesting to get other people's views and perspectives and the way that they read. It's always very interesting to me. So, all right, guys, have a good night, and I will see you on Thursday. Unless you're in the club, I'll see you Wednesday. Okay. All right. Have a good one, guys. Bye.